Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope all is well. Yeah, so some very conflicting information between TPO, order book. There are buyers that are starting to step into that inventory area that I mentioned in my pre-market notes. 206.41 to 206.01. But then when I'm looking at the books, and that could change at cash open, but there's no buyers there anymore. So thank you for the sound check. Direction is very iffy. Um, see, the bond market is starting to increase. Diamonds are falling below 300 where they were before. Uh, Last time I checked, around 9 o'clock. So they're now down negative 400 points and dropping. S&P is dropping as well, roughly 46 points. And the Qs are down 169 points. But then there are buyers that stepping in again at that inventory area. So if I'm 100% honest with everybody, I don't feel comfortable playing today because there's so many different conflicting information. Now, if we were to pop higher into the 207s where distribution is from um, May 19th, then I would feel really good at potentially selling down from there. And matter of fact, now that I think about it, I'm going to add 207 puts into my watch list. That's the only thing that makes sense to me in this movement. Now, probably, and I did like the buy of the area, but that's happening already, so I don't trust it anymore. It's very likely that we could just be patient or need to be patient and have hopefully price pops into that distribution of the 19th, which is the weekly POC. That makes the most sense as far as movement, as far as um, everything dropping below the board, across the board. And then as we say, okay, there is a buyer iceberg, but that's one small one. The majority of the orders that are in the book right now are selling. So even though we were in that buyer's area, I just don't have the warm and fuzzies about it. It looks like the move is already happening with 49 seconds left. So unless price pops into 207s, I will not be playing. I'm not going to play the buy off the area. And if we fall from here, I won't be playing that either. So this could be one of those account preservation days, which is fine. I mean, you're not gonna get the warm and fuzzies about every day. And even now, we're with 18 seconds, the market is dropping, price is dropping. Again, if we fade from here, I don't feel comfortable selling. I really don't feel comfortable buying, even though I do have calls in my watch list. All right, market's opening now. Big sellers there. So yeah, sellers are all there. A few buying, but mostly selling. No, that's not enough pay. I was gonna say if we drop the buy area potentially, but that's not enough money there to make. Okay, so we're popping close to the 207s. There's a lot of buying. So the buying would have at least worked out. I don't know where it was at the open, but again, I don't really trust it. I don't have 206 puts in there. I do have 207 puts, but again, I wouldn't need to wait till price get up there. Unless we pop the 207s, this is going to be probably a no-go. Struggling to get up there to 207s. Okay. So that buy, I guess, would have worked out. Look at it. It just didn't feel right. It didn't make a lot of sense because it already happened. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and add well, I already did. I'm sorry. I think I said that early. 207 puts. And just if we get to that distribution, let's see, because there's price going up in there. There's no volume, no interest. I would love for it to get to the 207.46 area potentially. Now it's starting to make a little bit of sense. I would love for it to pop up just a little bit higher to even make more sense. The 207 puts are going for $72 per contract. It's like it's starting to happen. Just need to see. Okay, now I see some iceberg sells. Let's see if it actually start to make its move down. As price is popping up in there, it's a little interest. So yeah, that buy would have worked out. It just didn't feel right, but it worked. It worked out. Now that we're coming into the distribution of the 19th, let's see how that plays out. All right, we're getting closer to that distribution, so that's good. Let's see how it works out from there. All right, we're starting to fade from it. All right, I'm gonna answer 207 puts here. $65 per contract. I like that fade down. Okay, just got my first TP. 78 looks like it. Okay. That stop to 67. No good push down. Okay, so yeah, we're coming into that distribution now. Good stuff. Good stuff. 79. If I can get 80, 82, that'd be awesome. 81. All right. 81. Come on. I got the $10. So that buy would have worked out. I just didn't feel comfortable with it at all. So now it's 78. Looks like they're trying to drop it. Looking at the book, that's everywhere. That's the second 5 minutes. So there's a heavy buy presence that just popped in, but it's fading away. So 84 is now the sell it for. Tree. That's oh, why, it's 84. Why am I not? Oh, must stop. Okay, damn, there you go. 86. So damn, that took a little scary there. Then and then closed me out. All right, I am all the way out of it. Let me check my orders just to be 100% sure. Make sure I have nothing working. Okay, good. Done and done. So now the sellers are coming right back into it. So it came, and that could have been off on my distribution, but it came within, let's see, that was 30, what price was that? 207.37, and I got it right at 207.46. So off, man, I could have been off on my distribution, but came within in that, and now that was a good fade. A little late on it on the trigger. The buyers, if I'm looking at the books, there's buyers and sellers. There's a lot of iceberg selling. Okay, then buyers popping in, popping out. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen right now. So 75 is what you can sell it for, and there's a big buyer imbalance, but then there's nothing on the book, so I don't know if that's gonna last. Up and it didn't. Well, keep popping in and out. There's a buyer imbalance, but there's no buyers on the books, so that's it's conflicting, right? There's little to no buying on the well, there's always buying. Let me take that back. There's always buying and selling, but there's nothing big on the books, I should say. All right. Looks like there's a buyer imbalance, but that doesn't mean buyers are in the business or doing business. All right, let me go. I'm all the way out of everything. So let me just go over. So it's good to be patient. That buying would have worked out, right? But as I said before, cash, I just didn't feel right about it. There was a lot that was telling me to sell. So that buy, even though it was inventory, and maybe I should have trusted my gut with that because that was inventory, and obviously that's what happened. 915 collected inventory, 920 collected inventory, and then at 925 it ran from it. I think because 925 it ran from it or started to move from it is where I lost the trust in that buy. So then that fade, adding 207 puts, that's the only thing that really made the most sense to me. I don't know. I know we have a few of you all that are looking at the same thing I'm looking at with order flow. How did y'all feel about it? Let me actually move over to you all and see how everything was done. Okay. Good stuff, everybody. Looks like y'all caught that sell down, depending on your pay scale. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Like I said, I know a few of you all are looking at it with me. Did y'all feel comfortable with buying when I put that out that I was in my watch list? I tried to be transparent with everybody, and my feelings towards buying just didn't sit well, even though it would have worked out. Obviously, it would have worked out, depending on when we got into it. You didn't feel it either? Yeah, a bad trade. It was there. Like the inventory was, I think if we opened inside of that inventory, then I would have felt better about it. Okay, let me go back to the top, see how everybody did. Sound check. 71 to 79 out, fire. 72 to 80, fire. 71 to 78. Yeah, as soon as I entered too, I saw that the price change. So I was a little worried that I was gonna catch bad fills. 72 to 80, 72 to 82, fire. 80 to 70 to 80, fire. 73 out at 80, and then you took the rest to see, was trying to chase a bit, but moved my stop too fast. I was hoping for the 85. Yeah, me too. 85 came up though. Actually, I saw 86 because 82 was my 20. So I ended up getting the full goal. But I saw that thing jump to 86 and I didn't get that alert that it sold. So I was getting a little worried there. I got a better feel, but I was nervous when you made the call to go in. On the sell side, the sell felt the most comfortable for me. The buy was where I was a little unsure because there was a lot of conflicting information on the buy side. Like I said, we was down in inventory, so I marked that area. Market's going to collect inventory. It's gonna sell it or buy it. And that's a no-brainer. It's just when it happens. And the fact that it happened 10 minutes before cash open, that's where I wanted to abandon it and potentially not even play today. So, all right, 71 to 81, fire. 74 to 84, stopped at 83. Okay, good. That's good discipline. Gave back a little profit, but that's good discipline. 71 to 84, fire. So TOS crashed on you. That's the great thing about high bracket orders. If the power goes out, your laptop or desktop clunks out on you, at least you know you're not gonna lose everything. But yeah, it sucks when that happens. It definitely makes you nervous. Anchor VWAP. I love Anchor VWAP. Again, I don't base my entries on VWAP because it's one of those indicators that move per rotation. But I'm with you. I love Anchor VWAP more times than not are right, especially when you're looking for exits. So I gotta give you a fire on that one. That's one of my faves. I don't really do any other, and I don't do any indicators besides that one. 71 to 82 fire, 71 to 78. Yep, didn't feel comfortable on the buy. And what was that? Interactive brokers show 74 when I entered. Yeah, it jumped. When I entered, I noticed that the options ladder jumped from the 60. I said 60, I'm sorry. I said 62. I was looking for 60. 65 was my entry. 85 was what I was looking for, and it jumped to 86. But when I entered, it jumped to like 70 something. I can't remember the exact number. But yeah, I noticed that as soon as I pressed the enter or pressed buy. If I would have bought, you would have skipped it. Yeah, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Like I said, the only thing that discouraged me from buying was two things, and it's not the only thing. It's big things too. Conflicting information and the fact that it already started to tick up the inventory or buy up inventory for cash. So I don't blame you, bad trader. Uh, so just too long. Yeah, 207. Yeah, you're right on the money. 207.30, 207.29. Yep. Texas Yeti. Yep. I was right at the weekly volume low. Mark that on that. So yeah, the 19th value low and then the volume low, all of that. Like, and that pretty much that candle on 5 minute rotation was 129,000 sellers, 1.1 million, and it moved. So ultimately the buying is working out. It's just it like I said, the inventory was already bought up by the time crash happened. It popped initially. Yeah, exactly. That's what yeah, exactly, bad trader. So I mean it worked out. It's just when you don't have a good feeling about it, you just don't just save your money. It's always tomorrow. But yeah, you like puts based on the weekly. Yeah, exactly. Texas Yeti. I was looking at the exact same thing, and then I drilled down to the day file. You right on the money. Up 208, 208.02, and I have it all the way down to 669. It may be too wide, but six 1,000%. So awesome. All right. Wasn't crazy about the calls because we were down yesterday. When you say down, you mean like the price and value down, or maybe took a loss down? There was so many reasons not to like the call. So I mean, I feel all of y'all on that one. I feel only on that one. But one thing I do know is that they will buy inventory or sell inventory. That's for sure. It just has to happen when you can actually play it. Say if we were inside of it, or maybe we faded down into it, then I would have felt comfortable doing that. 640 to maybe take 740. Oh, a lot of money there, but it just wasn't right. So, sure. Today, I don't blame you. 73, not too far off from Interactive Brokers. Yeah, yeah, that thing popped right at the entry. What at 72, sold at 79. Makes sense. Oh, from the screenshot. Tell. How do you tell? Here. And you don't understand because I'm like, what do you need help with? We can definitely help answer any questions. Oh, you're talking about the screenshot. Yeah, that's right. Again, they came up to that 207.30, 207.29 Texas Jetty, second time. So exactly that weekly you brought up on it again. And I'm not looking at the books. Sure. No significant buying except for again back to that inventory. So I'm not sure if it's even worth touching. Thank you for reminding me, Bad Trade. I forgot to add the VWAP on the books to see. But yeah, good. Thank you for pointing that out. Still above the VWAP. Potentially trend up. I mean, like I said, they bought from inventory, and that's been in the market long enough. You know they will buy inventory, up or down. That's one thing. That's like nothing's 100%, but that's one thing you can pretty much bank on. If you find inventory, they will buy it, sell it. Sometimes that happen pre-market. So it's really good for futures traders for sure. Inventory can be bought up at any time. That's awesome, Texas Jetty. That's awesome. And please do not hesitate to ask any questions. Thanks for your entry. Out at futures. So I did see 86 though. WM options for what we played 207s. That went to 86. Right. Two. That's true. And wish I could control the fields for you, especially for the way I play. And it's not so much about time, even though it's TPO, time price opportunity. It's more about the price and opportunity for me. So fields make a difference. Yeah. Texas, yeah. So inventory is basically wicks. I don't want to say importance. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Or if you're looking at a standard candlestick, it's the wick. We're talking about on a daily frame, you know. So if you're looking at a daily candlestick or standard candlestick, that's inventory, up or down stuff. It's so true. Yeah, and that's right. It depends on your pay structure too. As far as like what, so yeah, man, I see most. Depending on your TOS, TOS, but it doesn't always follow the trend. Flatten all, if I'm not mistaken. Also, yeah, and it's a market stuff. I think it's extremely awesome that you all are catching up on it and seeing it for yourselves. Super, super. Yeah. Okay. So it did get to 86. Yeah. This one got to 86. So yeah, if you got in at 76, you should have been cashed. And again, depending on your pay structure, I don't know what that is. Can't watch what cancel all, I think cancel all cancels, your TPs and your TP and your SL, your stop loss. I think just pretty much act as a market. Stupid, but doesn't make your car go faster. Yeah. TOS is weird like that, that's for sure. Yeah, everything, all brokers have their quirks. I mean, go charting has a lot of quirks, but a lot of work. Some people like go charting. Some typically like it because it doesn't cost much for the information. But you also got to deal with the quirks. You know what they are, you can work around. Thanks. Yep. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right, y'all. I'm about to head out of here. Great Wednesday. Awesome. Awesome. If there's any questions I can answer before I get out of here. If not, I'm about to say peace. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Back at it. A little bit of uncertainty today, especially on the conflicting information. Players ran to the bond market. Yes, I do have this report. I will post it. So it may be late because I'm not gonna get home. I'm gonna get home pretty late today, so it'll be late, but I will post it. Yep, yep, yep. You're very welcome. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see each other again tomorrow morning.